Hey folks, think we're live. I hope you're doing well. My name's Scott Miller. I am the founder, owner of IT Rockstars. We help IT businesses and managed service providers generate more business. Hope you're doing well today. If you haven't already heard about our service, you can sign up for a 1 month free trial. Check it out at itrockstars.net. So in this video, I wanted to discuss just a little bit about some assumptions that you may have in your head and some a really interesting marketing tactic that actually works really well. And the whole reason that I'm kind of covering this with you is I want to give you results in advance. So I basically want to give you as much value as possible. So within this video, I'm going to show you something that you can actually use within your own IT business today that's going to help you generate more business. Now, the assumptions that you may have in your head are probably relate to if you're technical like myself. So I'm very much a technical. I'm more of the engineer type. So I get really in detail into the technical nitty gritty of things. But when I'm marketing, I quite often forget that my audience, my prospects, my potential customers, they are maybe not as technical as me. Now that's maybe a little bit different in IT businesses for IT businesses, but the majority of business owners are not technical. So what might seem straightforward for you is actually like something that would amaze them. So what I'm going to cover today is something that I think is very straightforward, and I think it's something that all IT businesses should have. In fact, all business owners should have this, but it's potentially something that you're missing. It's one of the basics. And it's like I take this for granted. So it's like, well, why should I do a video about this? Because it's so basic. But you know what? It could be something that you've missed. So without further ado, I'm sure you've heard of it. You maybe haven't. Is a service called Calendly. And what this service does is it looks at your Office 365 calendar or your Google Apps, G Suite, whatever it's called now. It looks at your calendar and then you can present a booking page to the whole of the internet and say, hey, book some time with me. Now, the interesting tactic with this tool is on your website. So this embedding this calendar on your website or in particular places on your website can make it extremely powerful. Now, a lot of people would usually just have a link to it somewhere down the bottom of their website, or they maybe link to it in their email signature. What I suggest with this tool is that you actually have it on your web page on your website on any of the pages that you have to perform some sort of action. And what I mean by that is if you have, say for example, you've got a lead magnet on your website and someone has to enter in their email address and their name before they can download that lead magnet, well, the page redirect should take them to your Calendly schedule. And what we found, and it's fairly common within the online marketing world, is when someone's interacting with your website, and if they're engaging and they're having to put in their email address and their name on your website, they're a much higher chance of taking further actions on your website. So if you have the Calendly page after that you've asked them for their email address, they're far more likely to book some time with you. So I'll show you exactly what our Calendly page looks like at IT Rockstars if I can figure it out. If I can figure out the whole technical thing here. And now you have to forgive me, move around like that. Um, my technical abilities seem to be failing as I get older. But let me just bring up this page and let me do IT Rockstars /schedule. Now this doesn't mean that you should be all scheduling with some time with me. You can attempt to, but you'll be waiting a couple of weeks. So when someone downloads a lead magnet from our website, the page that we take them to right after that is similar to this one. So we have an embedded Calendly option here, and people can literally schedule some time with myself, like 15 minutes with myself, and we'll just go through a whole lot of marketing strategy. We'll have a look at their website and see what maybe gaps they have, and see how how the whole the lead generations what maybe gaps they've got in there, what's working and what more importantly isn't working within their business. And they can schedule in some time here. We have this on like our sales pages as well. So if someone's they're maybe not too sure about our service, they don't know who we are, or they maybe seen these retargeting videos, and they just want to find out that little bit more information. We find that these work very well, these sort of scheduling pages, to get people a little bit more interested. And it literally just it links in with Zoom. So there's a couple of automated actions on the scheduling page. So if someone schedules in a time with me, they can they'll get entered into my calendar. They also get entered into my active campaign, so they start getting this sort of warm-up emails. Tells them a little bit about IT Rockstars and who we are. I think there's about 5 emails in there. It's not a sales email at all. It's like literally the story of like who I am, what IT Rockstars is, and then eventually we kind of get into details about how we help IT businesses and how we help them generate more leads. So there's that automation piece. There's also an integration with Zoom as well. So these, for me, these things are quite basic because it's like, yeah, all these integrations exist and I've got them all plugged in here into Calendly. But you might be missing that, and those automations are actually priceless because for the last year before we got these automations in place, we have people signing up and scheduling a meeting with me, and then I just wouldn't follow up with them, because I'm such an awesome salesman. But because now that I've got like the Zapier integration, so it takes the Calendly contact, puts them into my email list, it means that anytime I'm sending out my marketing emails, they're going to be included that in as well. And it's just another opportunity for them to come back to IT Rockstars and finally sign up for that 1 month trial. You can be doing something similar in your IT business, okay? The first place I would start with this is start simple. So just get the scheduling page up somewhere on your site to start off with. Don't worry too much about the integrations. Once you start getting the leads, then you can worry about the integrations. But get the scheduling page up. If you do have a lead magnet in there, or even your contact form on your website, put the page after they filled out their details. Like if they fill out your contact form, send them to that scheduling page and say, hey, schedule some time with us right away and we can answer whatever questions you maybe have, or how we can help your service. So that's it for tonight, folks. That's what I want to cover. Something fairly basic. I know a lot of you are technical, so you're like, Scott, what are you talking about? I know this already. But I know that there will be certain people out there just like, yeah, we should have a scheduling page, and it's just not something we've done. Well, I'm telling you, in today's age, get that LinkedIn where you're get it LinkedIn hooked up with your calendar and Zoom for additional leads that are there for the taking. You just need to have that in place. That's it for tonight, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.